Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and welcome to another commentary video on League of Legends, this one featuring Janna. At the end of the last video, the other team had pushed forward in the middle lane, and they had actually gotten our middle tower, but the problem was, two of them had to die to do that, and you're about to see why that was a mistake, and why suiciding characters just to get towers is generally not a good idea in League of Legends. Because those two champions are missing, we're able to push forward here and try to go after this particular tower. Now, the other team was able to use a nice fortify there to protect it, otherwise we would have killed their tower already. However, now we're going to push forward and we're going to continue to go after this middle tower. The other team actually got off a nice Sona ult there, which is responsible for why Danske got killed. And then they're going to use the exhaust on Mostly Harmless. Mookie's going to slip in there, not with the intention of fighting them, but just to delay them and stop us and allow us to get away. So we weren't quite able to get that tower, but we were able to do a lot of damage to it. So it only needs like one or two more hits to go down. Now I am going to teleport over here to the top lane, even as there's a fight continuing to go on in mid, because Akali was trying to backdoor us, and she actually did get one of our towers while we were doing that, but she wasn't able to get the second one. So we're sort of trading towers back here, back and forth a little bit. The action opened up a little bit more. Now, while the rest of the team is healing, I'm going to try to defend this lane here, because I was one of the people who actually didn't take that much damage. Janna should be in the back. She shouldn't be up on the front lines. If Janna is up on the front lines, then something's very wrong in terms of your positioning. So anyway, we're able to deal with that. Now, the issue is because we were all grouped up in mid, that means that our bottom lane has gotten pushed. And so we're going to have to go deal with that. But it looks like Danske also has Summoner Teleport, and he's going to go and clear that lane. And then Mookie's going to clear the top lane with the Mumu, and so we'll be okay. There, I did a lot of damage to all of the minions with my Tornado skill, and then I'm going to pick off the rest with Auto Attack. Now, I knew that Twitch was behind me. I actually knew that he was back there because I saw him in front of me, and I just assumed that he would go invisible and try to slip behind me. But I just wasn't that worried because I knew if he tried to stick around and fight me, that he would end up getting hit from behind by people from our team coming up, like Cole and Mostly Harmless. So I knew that he was going to de-stealth and start attacking me, but I just wasn't that worried. I figured we were in good shape. And look, there's Twitch again. We can see him because we have a ward at mid. Someone else put it down, so that's why we can see him. Mostly Harmless, unfortunately, gets caught in a bad position there, and he actually his Tristana actually dies as he's rocket jumping out of the way, which is kind of humorous to see. Ended up getting killed in mid animation. So they're going to push forward here again. Not too worried. And look, we've got a ward over there in those bushes, so we can see Akali over there. So we're going to go over there and try to fight them. But we actually pull a few too many people over in that direction. I try to blow them back out of the way with Janna's Monsoon, but again, the positioning is a little bit subpar, and I'm actually not able to get them too far out of the way. I get stunned by the Sona ult, and then I end up getting killed by Sona. So I was taken down there. We actually didn't do a particularly good job in this team fight. They were able to kill 3 of us, and I think we only killed 1 of them. So part of the problem was we sort of went off to fight Akali, and that ended up sort of messing us up. We probably would have been better off trying to fight the ones in middle lane and just ignoring Akali. That might have been a better use of because, you know, if we could have had Mookie use his Amumu ultimate and stun everybody right next to our tower, might have gone better. But anyway, not the end of the world. We did lose a tower off that, which isn't great, but it wasn't, you know, things could be worse anyway. In terms of my items, you can see I'm buying towards an Aegis of the Legion. A Janna is not usually a character that you would buy an Aegis for, but I noticed that no one else on our team had it, and really you should definitely have an Aegis in every single game on your team. There goes Twitch running by stealth again. Just too good of an item. Provides it has the aura that provides a little bit of extra health, a little bit of extra armor, and a little bit of extra magic resistance to everybody on the team. And so for its cheap price, it's definitely something you should get. So anyway, I'm just going to get that to help out the rest of the team. I don't have it yet, but I'll be able to get it the next time I go back. Okay, now their team, if you look on the minimap, has split up across the map. They have Sona in one lane, they have Akali in another lane, they have Malphite here in the middle. See, there he is wandering around. We are going to group up and try to push this middle lane while they are spread out. If you remember, that tower in mid only needs like 1 more hit to go down. It was very heavily damaged in our last push. So while they're spread up and while they're presumably having to go back, like see down there, Akali's down in the bottom lane. We can see her. That means that they aren't going to be able to stop this with 4 of us pushing and then Cull coming in behind us. So we're going to take down this tower. And then, as I said, it had like no health left from our last push. And then we're going to focus on this inhibitor. Now out comes Twitch and out comes Tristana, but Mookie gets off a great stun, and we're going to use that to kill Tristana. And then the rest of their team is coming in, but they're already missing one of their big damage dealers. Here, I'm going to pop off another pretty good Janna ult that throws their team out of the way. That allows us to get the kill on Malphite because he's out of position. Next, we want to get Twitch because Twitch is their other big damage dealer. If we can get Twitch, then that means that their team won't have the damage to stop us. So we're going to see what he does. If he keeps coming forward, which he does, rather silly, we're all going to pile on our damage and kill him. So we were able to get a bunch of kills there. I think we got 3 kills. We got the tower, we got the inhibitor, and we were able to slip out of there without any of our people getting killed. Now, Akali, instead of joining the team to fight us, has decided to backdoor. Again, I'm not sure if that was the right play. Sometimes that can be worthwhile. It didn't work out here because I had teleport, and we saw her trying to come in here, so I was able to go and deal with that. Again, just sort of a versatility of teleport. You can defend against backdoors. Really, that's more helpful if there's like a Twisted Fate or there's a Pantheon in the game. Akali, I'm not really sure that Akali should have been doing that. If she had been with the rest of the team, they might well have been able to stop us there and in terms of pushing into their base. But because they were always fighting at 3 versus 5 or worse odds, we were able to get in there. So that was obviously a great push. We were able to do a lot of damage, get into their base, take down another tower, get their inhibitor, and they didn't really do much of anything to us. I mean, they didn't get any towers, they didn't get any kills, so very good situation for us. Now we are going to deal with the other lanes. You could see we are going to handle the top lane and the bottom lane, which had been pushed forward by consequence of us all being in the middle lane. So we're just clearing that out, and then we'll probably go back to base, and then we can figure out where to go from there. And I get a lot of nice kills by means of my tornado plus shield combination. So let's buy Aegis. You can see what it adds there. Adds armor, magic resist, and a little extra damage. Also adds well, it adds health to me. I guess it doesn't add health to the other people on my team, but just a little bit extra boost for the rest of the team. Alright, it looks like we're heading over to the bottom lane, and we're going to try pushing there because we can see a number of their team are over in the middle lane. I think that the idea was we were going to see if we could fight them in the jungle, or if they didn't come into the jungle, that we would just try to fight them in the bottom lane, depending on what they did. So I'm going to meet up with them. We don't quite want to fight just yet because we're still missing me and Donsky with the rest of the team, but we're going to go over here. We sort of showed ourselves in the bottom lane to see if we could try to draw them over in that direction. We're hoping we can get them here in the jungle, and indeed, looks like we're going to get them because Malphite sort of stumbles into us and gets killed instantly. The problem is there's a nice Sona ult that stuns us, but Mookie's going to get off his own counter stun that stuns most of their team, and then as soon as that ends, I'm going to blow them in different directions with my Monsoon ultimate. So again, their team has just sort of been blown in different directions. Now here we're going after Tristana, but Mookie tells us, guys, we're being stupid. Why are we chasing Tristana? It's not worth it to get that kill. The other team just got wrecked in that last team fight. We got 2 kills, I think, and the rest of their formation was completely disrupted. So don't waste your time chasing Tristana. Let's just push into their base and get this tower and hope maybe get the inhibitor behind it, but at the very least do a lot of damage to this tower. So we're going to come forward, and we're about to take down the tower, but again, it's a nice fortify from the other team, which makes their tower invulnerable for about 10 seconds. So that was a nice play by their team. Otherwise, we probably would have gotten that tower. In the meantime, we're going to do some damage to Akali. And here, I really should probably throw down one of my wards so that we can see both Akali and Twitch. Akali continues to come forward, so we're going to pile on the damage with the whole team and kill her. Meanwhile, though, Malphite charges in, and we shouldn't be targeting Malphite. We want to target Twitch. We're pretty low from all this fighting. We're trying to get Twitch, but we aren't able to do so. Donsky gets killed. Cole just got killed as well. And down here, Sona is chasing Mookie, who's very, very low. Mookie's trying to get away. Sona uses her ultimate, but I'm going to keep shielding Mookie to try and protect him from damage. Also, and then Mookie says, well, if it's just Sona down here, maybe we can kill her. But everyone other than me is very low, and I was sort of like, let's not be silly about this and get aced here on something stupid. Let's just get out of here. And then we see the rest of their team coming in behind, so yeah, we are going to do that. Mostly Harmless and Mookie are going to slip back and heal. Meanwhile, because I'm pretty healthy, especially compared to these two, I'm going to sit back here and defend the tower. And I was like, Mostly Harmless, go heal. You've got like 10% of your health. Just go heal. They don't have any minions. They're not going to be able to run right up and get this tower. Meanwhile, even though we weren't up in that top lane, our minions have actually done a nice job of pushing it because we've got the inhibitor down. And now that Cole is back up and Donsky is back up, coming back from their deaths, I'm going to be able to slip back here and heal myself, and then we'll be able to push forward again as a team. I actually had some gold there, but again, there wasn't anything that I felt I really needed to buy, so I just held on to the money for this point. There we get the message that the other team's inhibitor is going to respawn soon, which obviously isn't good, but without the tower, without that tower protecting it, we should be able to go back and knock it down again, hopefully soon. We're taking this time to grab our own buffs. I think that we went over there and got the Golem buff on either Cole. I think we got it on Cole, or we might have gotten it on Mookie. I'm not 100% sure. And then down at the bottom, we were getting the red buff, the lizard buff for Mostly Harmless, and that was me shielding him. I'm going to throw down a ward here for Baron, and just to make sure that they're not going to do it. And then we decide, okay, we don't see them in this area, so why don't we try to grab the Baron quickly while we're here? And if we can get the Baron, then obviously that'll provide a pretty big advantage in the future. So we're going to continue. And then, look, here comes their team. So that means we have to break off the Baron in order to fight them. And Mookie's going to get off his ultimate. Unfortunately, I also get off my ultimate at the same time, and they sort of counter one another. But their whole team isn't here, which gives us an advantage. So we're going to be able to kill Malphite, which makes it a 4 versus 5 fight. We can see Akali even after she tries to stealth because we've thrown down those wards, those vision wards. And then Mookie's going to initiate on their Tristana, and she just leaps out of there. Actually leaps out of there ahead of that slow coming in from Donsky. So she's able to escape and get out of there. But once again, we were able to get a kill, even though the kill was on Malphite. And there Mookie misses another bandage toss. It probably would have been a kill if we had gotten that. So even though we only got Malphite, and Malphite is their team's tank, nonetheless, that did give us an advantage. So we were fighting 4 versus 5. And now, again, there's no tower over here. So we're going to push into their base, and Mookie's able to initiate, with his bandage toss, and that's going to allow us to get the kill on Sona. So now their team's, even though Malphite's going to be back up, it's still going to be 4 versus 5. So we're going to push back in, and we're going to get this inhibitor again, which is very good news. Now we're going to go over to this tower and see if we can get this, the one that's already taken about half damage. So we'll push over here, we'll try to get the minions, and once they're down, we should have a good chance to try to grab this tower, slip into the base. Let's see, and the other enemy team is coming out to try to fight us, and I think that at this point we realized that we didn't have the minions and we had taken a lot of damage, so we decided we were going to try to get out of here, I think. So we're going to kill, we'll get the kill on Tristana, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get a kill on anyone else. Twitch gets a kill on 2 of us, so we're going to back out of here. Anyway, stay tuned soon for part 4.